Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Eagle Politics. Make sure you guys like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So 2023 in a matter of hours is going to come to a close. We are entering 2024, and in 2024 it's going to be an insane year. There's going to be a massive presidential election, Donald Trump coming back for revenge, possibly. We're going to see what happens and we're going to cover it. The Iowa caucuses are just in a couple of weeks, which is also something that we're going to be covering extensively. But nevertheless, this video, I'm going to just look back at 2023 because that's what we do. We're going to give a little bit of a year-end review. And I thought that the best way to do this would be to pick 5 winners, mainly politically, of 2023, and then pick 5 losers of 2023. And we'll go back and forth. We'll do a winner, we'll do a loser, or we could do a loser and do a winner. Actually, that's what we're going to do here. And we are going to kind of give a little bit of a recap. Who surged? Whose stocks went up? Whose stocks went down? And we're going to be going through this. But first, really quickly, I'd like to tell you guys about redeaglepolitics.com, our new revamped website that is the membership club you can join for just $5 a month or 16 cents a day. And you can get access to all of my exclusive videos that I don't release on YouTube, as well as the Discord server and the articles within the newsletter as well. redeaglepolitics.com. The link for that is in the description down below, and it is also in the pinned comment down below. So the reason why I have the Republican primary polling up on screen is because we're going to go to our first loser. Our first loser is none other than Ron DeSantis. I mean, that's just pretty obvious. And he really was somebody who not a lot of people even anticipated him to run at the start of the year. It became more apparent around February or March that he was going to. And boy, he made a massive miscalculation. And his career basically has been ruined because of this. He listened to his advisors, all of the worst people. And he's somebody who a lot of people, if you're looking at it objectively, whether you like him or not, you can say, okay, 2022 was a very good year for him. He won his governorship re-election by a decent amount and kind of positioned himself in a way where he had both wings of the party in his favor. Now I don't think any wing of the party is really in his favor. Even the donor class, the establishment, they realize he can't win the primary. They don't even think he can win a general, and I don't believe he can either. They're backing Nikki Haley, which is also delusional for other reasons, but still, DeSantis was polling competitively with Donald Trump at the start of the year. He was within 15 points, and then he just completely fell flat on his face. He announced and lost over half of his support. He's lost 2/3 of his support since the beginning of the year, which is absolutely insane, and he may fall below Nikki Haley of all people. I mean, look at the polling. It is not good for Ron DeSantis whatsoever, and he just imploded, and it's kind of embarrassing. His approval rating in Florida is declining. He takes arguably the biggest L of the year, although I think within the next couple of months you're going to see the L's actually be taken because that's when voting begins. It's not just the national primary. Ron DeSantis is trailing significantly in Iowa. He's like on the verge of, actually he's in 4th place or so, or close to it in the state of New Hampshire. South Carolina, he's in a distant 3rd. It is abysmal for Ron DeSantis. 2023 was not his year. But I do believe that 2023 was a great year for Donald Trump, who is our first winner here. Donald Trump has surged since the start of the year. He was polling in the 40s nationally. Now he's polling close to 2/3 of the primary field, and he's about to have a massive primary victory. This is despite the fact that he's been indicted 4 times. It only served as fuel. They're trying to remove him from the ballot. It's not working. It's only serving as more fuel. And what this is doing is it is allowing him to go out there and position himself to unite the party earlier, which is going to help him win. And then you look at the polls against Biden, the polls that Trump never led in 2020. He's leading them in the popular vote against Biden, and he's in a very, very good position to win the 2024 presidential election. And at the start of the year, he wasn't polling as high as he's polling now. And yeah, a lot can change, but as of right now, Donald Trump is the clear winner, the number 1 winner of 2023 in politics. However, we have another loser speaking of Joe Biden is the loser. He is the biggest loser of 2023. The guy's job approval rating, it wasn't good to begin with, but it's completely nosedived even further into the gutter. And then you look at the approval on like all of the issues, it gets even worse for Biden. If you look at his approval rating when it comes down to the economy, it's worse. When you look at his approval rating when it comes down to foreign policy, immigration, inflation, he's down by like 35 points, and it's not looking good. There's really no signs of this turning around. We'll see what tricks that the establishment has up their sleeve. We'll make sure of it. But as of right now, it really seems as if Joe Biden, he is in the gutter. You have scandal after scandal, crisis after crisis, and it's all getting worse. The border's wide open. The economy, they'll tout these economic metrics, but they're out of touch in doing so because the people don't really perceive the economy to be doing all that great right now just because, oh, well, it's stopped getting worse in this metric. The American people don't see it, and they see Biden as somebody who doesn't know what he's doing, somebody who's out of touch, and his approval rating is lower than Hillary Clinton's was back in 2016. And it's just sinking further and further. In 538, he's down in the mid-30s even when it comes to that aggregate. So Biden is our second loser on the list. We'll go back to the primary for our second winner, and that is somebody who's not really polling all that great. Make no mistake about it. He's not polling all that high, but I think you have to give it to Vivek Ramaswamy just because he's kind of rose to stardom. This is somebody who at the beginning of the year had just marginally more Twitter followers than I have, yet he's become a household name. He's positioning himself well to compete in 2028. I'm not even saying he would be my first choice, but what he did on the debate stage to Nikki Haley, he's ruffling the right feathers, he's saying the right things, and he kind of rose to prominence in doing so in 2023, especially because you go from somebody with no name recognition to somebody that a lot of people see that if Donald Trump was not in this race, Vivek would be their second choice. So I have to give it to Vivek Ramaswamy. I would say that he is a winner of 2023. Another loser is none other than Kevin McCarthy. Kevin McCarthy, he rage quit. He was a total disaster as a speaker. He had to agree to all of these demands to become speaker. And then what did he exactly do? He caved on them and he was held accountable. Kevin said, I never quit. And community notes, I have mixed feelings on them, but this was absolutely legendary. Make no mistake about it. He just quit. He said, I'll never quit. I never quit. He quit. And he did. He backed down. And he is now on this rage tour. He's going off on all these people in the more grassroots wing of the Republican Party for holding him accountable. He's throwing a temper tantrum. He literally left Congress because he was embarrassed. And I would have to say, yeah, he is arguably one of the biggest losers of 2023. And also, I think you have to give it to Matt Gaetz as another winner, kind of a combo deal here. The third winner on this list is Matt Gaetz, just because Gaetz had the courage to hold McCarthy accountable. He removed him. We got a better speaker. He's not exactly 100% perfect. I think he's going to be a whole lot better when Donald Trump gets in the White House, because then Donald Trump will have somebody who, unlike Paul Ryan, is not going to be opposed to his agenda. So we can go from there. But either way, our fourth loser is Bud Light. And this is pretty self-explanatory for anybody who understands the whole Bud Light controversy. They put this individual right here, Dylan Mulvaney, on a beer can. They personalized it. They did a whole little spotlight about it. And for once, you saw a boycott actually pay off. You saw conservatives mobilize against it, abandon the brand. The brand is completely ruined. It's ruined itself so much so to the point where they're in the negatives. The sales of the beer are down ridiculously, and the stock of Anheuser-Busch was dipping, and now they've caved. They're bending the knee, but still it's not working for them. They're making so many enemies. But this is an interesting case of a boycott actually working. So it's kind of a win for the conservative movement as a whole. We saw little wins with stuff that Target did, for example. But I don't know, can this be replicated on a larger scale with other products? That is a real question. But either way, they made a mockery of Bud Light. They made an example out of them. And maybe in terms of woke capitalism moving forward, you could see that diminish. You could see the pendulum possibly shift in the other way. I don't really know what's going to happen, but that is our fourth loser. The fourth winner is Elon Musk. And this has to really go without saying. He took over Twitter. He changed up all of its features. People were initially not too happy about it. They said it would be a bad idea, especially changing Twitter to X. But still, the fact that Twitter's doing better than ever is a massive win. You guys can follow me on Twitter at redeaglepatriot. The link is in the description down below. But yeah, Elon Musk, definitely a winner. I wouldn't say he's like our guy per se. I wouldn't say I agree with him on everything, but he's kind of, moved to the right significantly, and he controls social media. You have a platform now that may not be 100% perfect, but it is pretty close to that, and it's getting better and better, especially as Elon is getting better and better on the issues as well. And you didn't have that leading up to 2020. If Elon controlled Twitter, or I guess I should say X, before the 2020 election, I think the outcome would have actually been different. Believe it or not, but that's what some polling has shown regarding the ignorance that the public had about certain Biden scandals that were just completely censored by big tech at the orders of the FBI, by the way, as we know, because Elon released the Twitter files that kind of proved that. So Elon Musk is the fourth winner. The fifth loser is the Republican establishment. And this is not just because they lost elections again. You look at Virginia, they came close. Some could say they overperformed, but still they lost the House of Delegates to the Democrats, who were fielding plenty of weak candidates. You saw underperformances pretty much across the board. Yeah, Andy Bashir was popular, but nevertheless, it does not exactly seem like the GOP really is doing their job regarding messaging, because Kentucky's still Kentucky. I think this was a winnable race. But nevertheless, the GOP establishment takes L's. We can't also disregard the also-rans. Nikki Haley, that's the new establishment-backed candidate. Ron DeSantis, he was, and then he fell out of favor with the public, and now he has nobody. You look at Chris Christie. I don't even know if you can call him a loser, because he hasn't really lost any weight. I think he's a gainer. He's not a winner for sure. But yeah, the Republican establishment has gotten completely decimated. All of the never-Trumpers just trying to go out there, trying to stifle his campaign. It has backfired. It hasn't worked. And I think Trump arguably is going to be much stronger without them. And for the final winner of 2023, that's picked up quite a bit of momentum, I would have to say it's this channel, and I couldn't do it without you guys. So I guess I should say you guys are all winners as well, because this channel has seen a massive uptick in traffic. We're kicking in full gear. Election season, we had our best month of the year in December, and it's only going up from here. So I'd like to thank you guys for it. And that's the way it goes. So 5 winners, 5 losers. We are on to 2024. We're on to Iowa. We'll be on, before we know it, to the general presidential election, which will be taking place in a little bit over 10 months from today. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like this video down below, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications so you never miss another video. Follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Red Eagle, out.